all the way off. Put your phone like in the other room and keep it muted. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are about to go live in like 30 seconds. Here it goes, here it goes. Breakfast with Champions. You hear him, right? Mommy, take that in the other room. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, and grand rising to each and every single one of you. I am Starstina, and I want to welcome all of you to Breakfast. Do you hear my drum roll? With Champions, the number one morning show. We are here Monday through Saturday, 5 a.m. sharp, actually 4:55, getting you ready to move and groove. And we're here for about 8 hours to bring you all the motivation. Did that song motivate you a little bit? Well, it sure did motivate me when I hear it each and every morning. It's like I wake up before my alarm clock and I hear it, time to rise and grind. And we are all in here, time to rise and grind. So let's wake up others, okay? Let's get them up and shining and grinding. So let's start just sharing that room out in the hallways. Not only are we going to motivate you, but when you come into this space, we're going to educate you. And I'm so grateful for BWCdaily.com because I don't know about you, but sometimes I do miss some of the segments. But if you miss something, guess what? It's already in the notes. In BWC Daily, you get an email every day. And I'm traveling right now on my way to Vegas. So last night I sent Ramon my notes, and guess what? It's already there, what I'm going to talk about today. Also, if you click that link at the top, you can actually see my face on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So, like I said, we're going to motivate you, we're going to educate you, and then we're going to inspire you. So let's inspire some others right now by sharing the room out in the hallway. And I do want to say good morning to a few people. I see Jeff, Dora Maria. I'm going to scroll down. Kim Bar, how are you? Fiona, Peter, Ade, hello, hello. If it's your first time in this space, can you just put some hearts in the chat so we can welcome you here? Because Breakfast with the Champions, when you come into this space, everyone has a seat at the table, and we want you to join. So, so important. I see Mary Kim. I see Raphael, your first time. Welcome, welcome. Guys, go in there and give Raphael some love. We love to see you here. We see Dodge Room. Thank you so much for sharing out the room. And that's what you want to do is you want to share your knowledge, share your love, because I just said earlier, we're going to motivate you, we're going to educate you, and then we're going to inspire you when you come into this space. So Breakfast with Champions, like I said, the number one morning show. Today, I'm super excited to share this topic with you. And actually, I think I need some more good mornings in here. Let me scroll down. I see Soul. Hi, Soul. I see Mindy. Mindy's going to be coming with me to to Vegas. Yes, I'm actually on my way to Vegas. I have a special guest today that I'm going to have introduce you to. I see Raphael. Hello, Raphael. Miss Christy. I'm scrolling. Jasmine. What a cute little picture, Jasmine. Oh, yes. Not only do you want to share a room, you want to follow people. I see Sierra. I see we have Willoughby O'Dwyer. Welcome to our space. Your first time here. We want to welcome you, and I am giving you a follow. I don't know if something's new is going on with Instagram, but it looks like I have to follow everyone new all over again. Is that happening for anyone else? Or is it just me where it's like you're following someone and then it looks and you're not following them? Weird, right? Okay. Raphael, I said good morning to you. Now it's time to get started on this topic. We are sharing, we're good. I'm trying to pull my mother up to the stage, but she hasn't accepted the request because I have a special guest about my topic. So today's topic, if you know, all week, I like to have themes for the month. This month is all about mindset. And if you were in the space last week, you heard me talk about mindsets and how important that is to make your dreams come true. So this month, I'm talking about mindset and how it affects relationships, finances, and fitness. So today I'm going to be talking about relationships, how you can 10x those relationships, because that's what this week is about, right? Happy Valentine's Day for each and one of you. Love Day for tomorrow, who won't be here. But yes, this is the 10xing week. I am so grateful and honored that I have the pleasure to go to Grant Cardone's Growth Con and see Glenn Lundy perform, win, just like go crazy for the 10x speak off. And that's how today's topic and conversation is going to go, 10xing your relationships. So and have Monday. I'm headed off to the airport right after this. Literally, it's like down and then out the door. So I'm super excited to be here. And as we're 10xing our life, because that's what we all want to do, right? 10x our life. I want to acknowledge my sunny boy, today, and anyone else who's lost someone who they've loved in their life, since we are talking about relationships, because relationships are priceless. Um, when my son was younger, he never really wanted to hang out with me much. It was just like, no, mom's not cool. And then whenever I went to any of his games, he wouldn't even acknowledge me. I don't know if it was because, his friends were like trying to talk to me. But then when he got older, he would always hug me, just like, that's my mom, that's my mom. And my last memory of him is just so beautiful. I remember I was driving him to school, and we'd call these mommy son times. And I'm sure you've all heard of Lil Wayne, right? He's got a potty mouth. And Lil Wayne had just dropped an album, and I was like, and he wanted to play it. And it was a lot of cursing, guys, like really bad. And I don't like cursing. And he was blasting it in the car, and we're talking about his girlfriend. It was probably like a 10-15 minute ride to his job. So I loved driving him there. And when he got out the car, I looked over at him, and he always had a beautiful smile, but his teeth just looked extra white this day. I was like, wow, your teeth sure do look white. And he gave me a kiss on the cheek, and when I looked at him, it was like this ray of light. Wow, now that I'm thinking about it, that might have been like a sign that that was his last day, because literally a ray of light was coming across his face as he kissed me, and he said, love you, ma. And he got out the car, and I never saw him again. So that's why I think it is so important to cherish relationships. You don't have to spend a lot of time with the person. And I want to give, you guys know Bella in here. I want to give Bella a shout out and some love, because she was supposed to be coming to tent to Vegas with us. And we were going to go out to dinner tonight, and her grandmother passed away last night, so she's not going to be coming. So again, not just for Bella and myself, but let's just give a little prayer, a little what up, we love you, to all those that transitioned and went over to heaven. So that's why it's super important for me today to talk about 10xing your relationships, because you don't get them back. And when you lose them, it's not cool, especially if the person's alive, right? Has anyone here ever lost a relationship and the person is still alive? That's gotta suck. It's like, wow, not cool at all. So I'm gonna bring a special person in. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, still going live. If you're looking at me over here. So I want to pull my mom in. Come on over here, mommy. She loves Breakfast with Champions. And where is she? Is she there? Say good morning, mommy.
Good morning, everyone.
So if you're watching me on YouTube, you can see her face and you can see me. And she's got these braids. You guys really need to tune in, because I don't think you've ever seen ASAP Rocky. Is that who Didi said you look like?
I don't know.
There's some rapper, I think that's his name. And my daughter's like, you look like ASAP Rocky. She's got like these, I guess it's, what do they call this color? Blonde, white? What is it called?
Gray.
Gray. She said gray. You have to look. You really have to look, guys. But anyway, I brought her on here because I believe, for me anyway, those that I love the most, I'm super hard on them. And you guys know I'm in the fitness field, right? And I remember, if you know my story, my father died at 49 from a massive heart attack. He wasn't fat. He just, from lack of knowledge. Hi, Trish. Good to see you. And my mother was not doing what she had to do to be fit. And I was doing a Facebook Live. And if you know me, as TM said yesterday, by the way, guys, please tap into TM. He gives such great advice. I was listening to him. He's got a room in his house on Sundays at 6. And he was talking, and he says, Tina, you're an emotional feeler person type of thing. I don't know his exact words, but it's true. I pull from my feelings, which is not cool. And I was on Facebook Live talking about fitness, and I was talking about my mother. And then I started screaming at her, and I started yelling, and I'm like, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, because she wasn't eating clean, because I love her. So long story short, fast forward to today. If you know me, I have an online fitness boutique studio. I love fitness. It is my passion. It is my gift. And this is what God has gifted me with. If I'm your trauma energy coach. I'm going to take you from good to great to amazing. I'm going to take you amazing. And I do that with my mind and body transformation program. So my mother's been going through this program the entire time I have, when it started, which was 7 years ago. I didn't even realize it. So I remember it was one Christmas I came here, and like I told you, I'm in Texas, building relationships. Soul says hi, mommy. I was in Texas, and my mother was like having trouble getting up the stairs, and she was wobbling. I'm like, what is going on with you? So yeah, she was looking a hot mess. I'm like, she's gonna die soon. I didn't think that, but anyway, you guys know I'm super blunt, right? So I moved here, and I had a passion, vision, like I'm going to help her lose weight. And she lost about 30 or 40 pounds. I don't know. Now she actually teaches classes on my platform. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Silver Sneakers. Well, she teaches Silver Stars because, we're all about the stars. And if you look at her photo here, I think she's up here. Did you come up, Mommy?
Yeah.
No, she didn't. You
I'm
didn't.
running.
You're running.
Yeah.
You see your face? No, she's not up
It's a
here.
whole body picture.
I know, I saw it. It's down there. You didn't accept the
Somebody
request.
put me back down.
Oh, she wants to come up. She said, someone put me back down. But anyway, I say that to say she's on a mission to go back to her old running days because she used to run a lot. And she's from Bermuda. And this May, she's going to do half a marathon again. And we're kind of competing. And she's actually winning, guys. I have a running club. It's a running slash walking club. It's virtual. But I think she's been number one for like the past 3 or 4 months. She said that's how she takes her stress out. But I say that to say I had to learn for myself to the tips I'm going to give you. Mommy, please get over here. She's trying to get up on the stage. Just come on over. It's okay. Put your phone over there, Mommy.
What is her name?
Miss Hattie. Yeah.
We'll get her.
Okay. So
Hi, guys.
So tell us a little bit about you.
Don't put it in my mouth. Okay, a little bit about me. It's too close. I'm from Bermuda,
Yeah.
and Tina is my oldest daughter. And I never really said no to her because if she wanted something that cost $10.99, she'll ask for $10.99. She was a perfect child, never sick, basically on her own. She was at the point till 6. She was the only child, so she had everything. She didn't want for nothing, and I guess that's how she turned out. When I got married, so my mom just said keep her busy. So I put her in everything I could think of. I said if she tries it, she likes it, she'll stick with it. So that's how we ended up with Tina.
So, Mommy, if you guys know, she started listening to Glenn. I'm kind of, some people may say I'm kind of pushy. I don't think I'm pushy, but I'm like, she said, very, I'm like, you have to listen to this. It's going to change your life. Share with the people. Oh, yeah. And do you guys ever hear Glenn say her name? I heard him say her name once. I was like, what? Because she'll get on Facebook and she's in Texas. So it's actually 4:12 right now in the morning. But what do you like best about Breakfast with Champions and Glenn and all that good stuff?
Well, Breakfast with Champion, it's so many different topics that it becomes confusing for me at time because I don't know which one to follow. So I just hop on board with everybody. But with Glenn, I usually set my alarm, and his voice is what got me. It's a common voice to wake up to. It's a strong voice, but to my ears it was common, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get up, I gotta get up. So I jump up.
I love it. Well, guys, I just want to give my mommy a hug. Thank you so much for coming through. And these 3 tips that I'm going to share with you today are going to help you make your relationship stronger and 10xing them. Do you feel I'm getting a little better over the years, Mommy, with 10xing my relationships?
Yeah, she has. She has, because I used to have the guys coming to me, Ma, what did I do to her? Hey, I'm a strong-minded woman.
Thank you so much for coming. Yes. Okay, so let's tap in today's notes. And like I said, make sure you tap into BWC Daily Prime. It's amazing that as well. So here we go. Relationships are amazing. They're very, very important, right? You want a wonderful life. The first tip I'm going to tell you today is be flexible. Flexibility in a relationship is most important because it allows the people involved to adapt to change, communicate effectively, and compromise with regard to expectations and behavior when there are differences. This helps to prevent conflicts and misunderstandings. Being flexible shows that a person is willing to prioritize the relationship. While flexibility in a relationship is essential, respecting boundaries is equally important. Now, boundaries are physical and emotional limits, and we have to make sure we have these for our entire life. They establish what is and isn't acceptable in order to protect our well being. Boundaries help people in a relationship understand each other's needs, desires, and limitations. By setting and respecting boundaries, a stronger foundation for a healthy, fulfilling, and long lasting relationship can be formed. So as I was writing my notes yesterday, I'm like, okay, Tina, what are some relationships that how have you been flexible in relationships? And I was thinking and I was thinking, and honestly, I couldn't think of any point that I've ever been flexible. And if anyone here listening to my voice and you know a point in time in my relationship with you that I've been flexible, please share because I'm like, this is something I really have to work on. I even asked my mother and she's, it's your right. But again, we learn, right? We live and we learn. Anyone want to unmic or share their comments on that? I'm flexible in relationships. Would love to hear. If not, popular number two. Number two. Here we go. I'm just go ahead. I hear some. Yes.
Hi, this is Jackie. Yeah, I absolutely remember a time we were in communication. We had a phone conversation, yourself, you, myself, and another person. And I love the way you handle that conversation. We were talking about something, we were addressing, a potential issue. I don't think it was major, but we had a conversation about it. And I love how you handled that. You're very flexible with that. Because it could have went sour, I think, but you handled it so well. You're very mature with it. When a subject was brought up, you super handled that very well. And I think that was very flexible because most people can't. Something brought to you for the first time, we're discussing something, you handled it very well. So I thought it was showed a lot of flexibility. So I just appreciate that.
Jackie, I'm hugging you and thanking you because I'm like, I must be a rotten person. I was truly thinking that. Yet even this morning, I woke up and I'm like, okay, I really got to think of how I've been flexible because I'm not going to say I'm stubborn. In the 4 a.m. room, they were talking about the good things and the bad reasons, why you should be stubborn. And one guy was saying, in order to get your dreams and your goals, you got to be a little stubborn. So, Jackie, thank you so much for that. You made my day. You truly did. Tip number two to build to 10x your relationships, whether it's your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, maybe it's someone you just met, maybe it's a coworker, is being present. Being present in a relationship means being fully engaged and attentive in the moment. When you're fully present, you are actively listening, showing interest, and expressing genuine emotions and feelings for the other person. This instills a sense of trust that helps to deepen the relationship and strengthen the relationship bond. Being present reduces misunderstanding and miscommunications. It shows the other person they are valued, respected, and are a priority. When it comes to personal relationships, physical touch can be a sign of being present. If I'm having a conversation with someone and it gets a little heated, I'll kind of touch them on the shoulder. My daughter taught me that. Touch my shoulder, calm down. Maybe rub with a little, loving affection right there. Eye contact, so important. Really look the person in the eyes. Maybe don't touch my face because I don't like my face touch. But touching, touching the face, looking to the eyes, just really letting that person know you really care. Relationship, important to do activities together. That's going to show each other that you have time together. I told you I started yesterday a love your body movement with couples. And yesterday was my second week doing it with my guy because I'm like, we got to spend more time together. And I wanted to force something. That's me again, being a pusher. So we did a workout video, just like 9 minutes, nothing major. If you want a workout video for your cousin, your brother, your husband, your wife, tap into my YouTube channel, please subscribe, and you can do this workout video. But cooking together, going for nature walks, anything, just make the activity so you guys can engage together. The key to being fully present in these activities is to set aside distractions and give your undivided attention to the person you are with, whether it's a mate or a close friend. People want to feel that they are a priority in your life, not a convenience. And something I started to do recently is I would leave my phone in the car. Like if I'm going out to dinner, I'll leave it in the car because if I bring it in with me, what are you going to do? You're going to touch right away. Trisha says, you were flexible with me when we discussed my need for fitness coaching. Oh, you wanted me to punch harder and I realized I couldn't. Yay. Thank you, Trisha. So I'm not a horrible person. I love that. So yes, Trisha said that on where you? She's on YouTube. Yay, make sure you subscribe. So yes, we're talking about 10xing relationships, being present. Would anyone else like to share their comments, thoughts on being present and how important that is to build a relationship? If you'd like to share, just unmic. If not, we're gonna move forward.
I think it's the phone, Tina, for me. I was, at one point, my son this was a while ago when we first, I think I had a BlackBerry. No, it was probably after that. But anyway, the phone was a distraction. My son brought it to my attention. Once your son brings something to your attention, you listen. Other people could say something, but now I do that practice of when I'm with people, I literally put my phone away. And it used to be hard, but now it's habit, and it's almost disrespectful when I see other people just in their phones when I'm trying to talk to them. So I think that's huge. Just the phone is such a distraction.
I love how you say it's disrespectful and you tell other people. That's so true. And anyone else want to share before I go on? If you have something else besides the phone to talk about? But I do love that phone thing, because if you think, yes, phone is entertainment, and maybe you have to put alarms or set timers on each thing that you do. So important. The last one, this is one that I am a master of. I am a queen of this: communication. Communication is key. In the past, this was not so good for me for various reasons. I believe perhaps because I may have been nervous to share certain things. I don't like hurting people's feelings, but not anymore. I express myself very clearly. So, communication is the foundation of how people connect, understand each other, and resolve issues. There are two important components in effective communication: one, expressing yourself clearly, and two, active listening. And I want to explain these before I even go on. Expressing yourself clearly. I like when I'm asking someone, if I'm sharing my thoughts or something, I'll make sure I'm clear. I'll say, do you understand? Or do you understand the assignment? And I'll make sure it's very simple and extremely specific, because I don't want to have to repeat myself. I hate repeating myself. And then active listening, listening to that person when you're talking to them to make sure they do understand. Because most times I find people are going to say yes, they're going to nod their head, they don't really hear you, they just want to make you think that they know what they're saying. So really see if they're paying attention. By communicating openly, honestly, and respectfully, you build trust and respect in a relationship. Good communication can also help to prevent misunderstandings and conflicts. Without communication, relationships can become strained and broken. Some things I've started to do, like I said, is I'll say, do you understand? And there was a relationship, I doubt if she's in the room now. It it went south, and I could feel it going south. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, because sometimes outside relationships affects relationships, outside people. Sometimes I think people are jealous. They're jealous of your relationship with certain people, so they're going to say certain things. And me and this girl, we had recently met, and I knew we are connect. I'm going to mention her name. I know she's not in here. Crin Cynthia. And let me tell you guys, welcome Steve to our room. I see you're new here in Clubhouse. Crin Cynthia, if you ever see her, when she first came into my space, I do a Clubhouse room, 8 a.m. Cup of Motivation, and I thought her name was Chris Cynthia. And I was calling her that for months. And one day I got her voicemail, and it said Cynthia. And I was like, girl, your voicemail was wrong. You said Cynthia. Your name is Cynthia. She's like, no, Tina, my name is Cynthia. I was saying her name wrong forever, but we are connected in so many ways. And like I said, some issues were going, and we're going back and forth talking. And I said, you know what, girl, stop it. Let's just stop it. I don't know what's going on. Let's just put it all behind us. Just leave it there, because this is my thing. You'll hear me say it. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, because we're going to see things, like I said, they're jealous of your relationship. So that day we were like, you know what, put time. And we never. And she told me in the past, she would have just walked away from a relationship. Just like, forget it, I don't care. But sometimes you have to put your big girl panties on and swallow your pride. And maybe I was wrong, maybe you were wrong. I don't know what it was, but I value this relationship. Trish says, I know you're a busy person, but I always feel you are very present in whatever things you are working on in the moment. Thank you, Trish, because I definitely work on that. I don't like the word busy, because when I think of busy, I think of and recently, this is the month, this is Black History Month, but for me, every month is Black History Month. This is my Wally Gaines month, and I am uplifting, and I am rising. And I told you I'm the traumedy energy coach, and it seems like everybody I'm around has some type of trauma or tragedy that's happened to them. As I was sitting on the plane yesterday, the lady was speaking to me how her mother-in-law had lost her son in New Jersey. How ironic, right? And she just couldn't get out of her stupor. And I feel so bad because we connected, but I didn't give her my information. And I say that to say, if I'm doing something, I'm going to be focused right on that one thing. So I'm going to wrap up with all the that I did today. A little chat. If oh, I have a bonus number. Bonus number. Making experiences. And every time I to Texas, my niece loves horseback riding. She's actually in the other room. I get to play with her for like a minute before I go. And I said, every time I come to Texas, we're going to go horseback riding. I hope she doesn't think we're going horseback riding this time of morning, but that's the importance of making relationships. My daughter, she lives in California. No matter when we're together, it's going to be an experience. It's going to be a party because that's what we always did when it was the three of us, my son, her, and me. We didn't get that much time together. Why? Because we were grinding, hustling all the time. It was like we were competing against each other to be number one, to be on top, because as a team, we were going to make all of our dreams come true. And I want you to dig deep into your soul to realize you can make all your dreams come true. If it's getting a plane, if it's getting a yacht, if it's getting a house, if it's getting married, just never, ever. I repeat, please don't give up on your dreams because God gave you the idea. He sparked it in your brain, so you can have it. I do want from you quick. So let me wrap this up. 3 tips. Number 1, be flexible. Number 2, be present. Number 3, communication. Renee, thank you so much for putting in the chat. Thank you so much for cleaning up my notes and making it beautiful for BWC. Daily so you guys can see it. If anyone wants to share their thoughts, comments, just unmic. We have a couple minutes before we go over Glenn's segment. Would love to hear from you.
I'd like to say something, Stars Tina. Thank you for such a wonderful insight into how to make effective relationships. And I want to talk really around the area of being flexible because really at the end of the day, if we understand that there's never going to be 100% agreement and we're not going to necessarily always be on the same page, that awareness will help you when you're interacting with others. Because I kind of see things in almost like quadrants. I can have a different opinion to you, but I can still love you.
Mommy,
I can still interact with you.
Go back.
I can share values with you, and the interactions can be really, really positive. You may have different experiences to me, and that's okay too. The only time that there could be a challenge is on what I consider to be my non-negotiables, which usually are around my faith. But when I explain that to another person, and this is where the communication that you talked about becomes really key. When you are authentic, you're not pushing in the way in which you present who you are, what you believe, then you can have positive relationships. That's my share, and I hope it helps somebody in the room.
It definitely did. And we're going to get ready to turn this segment over for Glenn. And as you know, this is his week of his Sabbath. I'm so grateful to be here, sending prayers out to everyone. I want you guys to have a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day, a wonderful week, a wonderful day, and being flexible. Just remember, sometimes I like that part you were talking about, being flexible, because you have to go into the darkness sometimes. You have to be scared. You have to be still so that you can shine your light, right? So let's start sharing this room out in the hallways. Not only sharing the room, communicating. One more thing, I got a couple seconds. When you communicate, if you're clear, you don't have to repeat yourself 1,000 times. Like I told you, I hate repeating myself. And if you're clear, you say it once, you understand? Yes. You don't have to say it over and over and over and over again. So right now, if you're hearing my voice, do me a favor. Yes, go for it.
It's Pastor Jeff. And since you are learning to be flexible, you not to say things over and over again, I just want you to know I'm holding you accountable, and you need to do 10 extra push-ups, young lady, and 10 affirmations. Star Tina is a beautiful person, but that's thinking about you wasn't a nice person. This is Pastor Jeff, and I'm holding you accountable. Have a safe trip.
Yes, thank you, thank you. And I want to thank you, Pastor Jeff, for getting us ready for Glenn's segment, which is coming up in less than a minute. Are you guys ready? If you're ready, put some stars in the chat. If you're ready for this next segment, unmic, make some noise on this Monday morning. Stretch your body, move your body. Boom, boom. Share the room out in the hallways. Click the person above you and below you and follow them. Give them a follow. Besides giving them a follow, go to their Instagram, see what they're up to. Say hello to them. Say good morning to them. Like Natasha. Hey, girl. Hey, Renee, Kim, Jackie. I see Pamski. Hey, Pamski. I see Yasmin. Soul, can't wait to see you next week. Trisha, can't wait to see you next week. By the way, make sure you click that link at the top. Is it still there? Yes, because I have 2 fun events happening next week in New Jersey for fun, and more fun. Did I say that? Yes. Again, thank you everyone who came through on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and right here in Clubhouse. Make sure you share it with your friends. I see Crystal, thank you, Natalie. Can I have some hearts if you feel good? I see Janice, I see Michelle. Hello, Renee Noor. I see Tom, Russell, Triple J. Welcome to the building. Are you guys still sharing the room out? Because we have Glenn's segment coming up very, very shortly. I see Leslie, Coach, Sheila, Ria, Raphael, who's new to our space. And again, to all of you, this is your first time. Welcome again. Congratulations on making it here. We're going to get our next segment going with Glenn very shortly.
Yeah, if we could reset while we're waiting for the
Definitely. We're going to get a beautiful reset right here. You know where you are, right? It's probably going to chop my voice off at some point in time, but you're in Breakfast with Champions, and we want to grow this family. We want to grow this community. Why? Because teamwork makes the dream work, right? And I don't know about you, but my dreams keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That plane is happening. I'm actually scouring people. I've got them in my mind. My partner, Renee, she's putting a plan together for my plane because I'm just like, in the next 5 to 7 years, maybe 3 to 5, I'm going to have a plane. And because I'm tired of just carrying my luggage. That's the main thing. Because I notice I'm doing a lot of traveling. But yes, so follow your tribe, share the room. Make sure you sign up for bwcdaily.com. I'm sure someone put it in the chat if you're not there already. And make sure you're ready on Wednesday. That's when Glenn will be competing for the 10X speakers. So I'm sure I'm going to be live. Ramon's going to be there. Mindy, Brielle, a whole bunch of us. I'm excited. And we're going to have noisemakers and just signs. And I don't know if we're going to have to vote. I don't know if we're going to have some special rooms. So make sure you're ready on Wednesday when it comes time to vote for Glenn, when it comes to 10X. I see Murray, congratulations on your Clubhouse Marette Tarap, your Clubhouse anniversary. Congrats, and congrats again. Mary Lynn or Christina or Dora, can I throw the mic over to one of you?
Oh yeah, you're getting ready to fly out. Right?
Yes, they're actually in the car waiting for me.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. We are here for you.